Ma'am, Miss John Vier Williams.
Hello.
Hello, can you turn your camera on for me, please?
Okay.
Ma'am, you don't want an attorney this morning?
No, I am the authorized representative. I'm making a special limited appearance for the all caps name.
Okay. All right. Let me call this matter then. Now calling the matter of the people versus John Vier Sherelle Williams. This is ticket SP 1534898. Count one, no insurance misdemeanor. May I have your appearance for the record, ma'am, please?
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I need your appearance for the record, ma'am. Can you hear us? I could just hear you a moment ago.
Hello.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear us? Yep, I can
Yeah,
hear
I can
you.
hear you now. Something's going
Okay.
on with the phone. I'm in the side of a building.
I was about to say it's because you're in the building, ma'am. Can you state your name for the record, please?
I am the authorized representative of the all caps name, John Vier Sherelle Williams.
Okay. All right. And it's my understanding today that you don't want to be represented by an attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, I have power of attorney.
Okay. And you know that you have the absolute right to have an attorney. This matter is a misdemeanor before my court. So certain constitutional rights kick in. The fine is up to $500. A possible, I believe, not this one ticket is 90 days maximum in jail, potentially, in these particular matters. So when we start taking away civil liberties, there's a right to have an attorney. You understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, how would you like to move forward with this? Do you have current insurance, up to date and current insurance?
Actually, I took the car and I put it inside of the business, the trust, and I'm not operating the vehicle now because we need to do some more paperwork on it. I am in the process of rescinding all my contracts. I'm just here to make a special appearance.
The official explains that making a special appearance is not automatic and comes with strict requirements. He states that such appearances are only appropriate in formal settings, such as adult education or recognized legal environments. The point is made clearly that rules exist to prevent misuse or confusion. He then stresses the importance of proper authorization before taking part in any special appearance. If a valid professional license or an official P number. Permission is simply not granted. His requirement applies equally to everyone, with no exceptions. Finally, he makes it clear that an individual cannot represent others, or even themselves, without meeting these standards. The regulations are described as firm, not optional, and designed to protect the integrity of the process. The message leaves little room for misunderstanding. Credentials matter, and compliance is mandatory.
Okay, so let me let you know. So even if you're making a special appearance on behalf of that, either you have insurance or you don't have insurance. And then you need to tell me how you would like to proceed forward. We can either proceed forward with the plea, proceed forward with the trial, bench, or jury in this matter.
As I understand the process, the judge, the county attorney, or the police officer has leveled the criminal charge with the clerk against the trust using the all cap name.
Ma'am, it's all the same. So whether it's all caps or lower caps, if it comes under your driver's license number and it's a registered vehicle to you, it's your responsibility. So my question was, do you or don't you have insurance at this point in time?
I'm asking you to dismiss the case with prejudice.
Okay, so I'm not going to do that because it's still an open case and I still don't have whether or not you have insurance. Has to be provided. Any vehicles that are driven, road, traveled, on the roads have to have insurance in the state of Michigan.
Well, the clerk, who is the administrator of the CSTQ trust, then appointed you, the judge, as the trustee for the trust. And since neither of you can be the beneficiary, that leaves me. And therefore, you are my trustee.
The response makes it clear that this argument does not align with how the legal system actually operates. There is no separation taking place in this situation, regardless of how it is being described. The law looks at responsibility in a very direct and practical way. It is then explained that no trust or abstract entity is facing criminal charges. The charges are directed at the individual standing before the court. Legal accountability cannot be shifted or redirected through terminology alone. The speaker also addresses the claim about refusing a specific name format, Choosing not to acknowledge a particular version of a name does not change legal identification. Authorities determine identity based on records and facts, not personal declarations. In closing, the message reinforces a key point. Legal identity is established by documentation and recognition, not by preference. The system remains unchanged, no matter how strongly someone argues otherwise.
So as my trustee, I instruct you to discharge this entire matter at your argument of trial of judge will ask you, okay?
No. So here's your options. You can either plead or you can have a bench or jury trial. How would you like to proceed?
I am
Or if you
asking
don't want to
dismiss.
participate, or if you don't
I
want to
don't want a
participate.
contract at all. I don't want a contract at all.
So if you don't want to participate, then what we do is the next stage is a show cause or a capias.
So as my trustee, I instruct you to discharge this entire matter with prejudice and award the penalties for these charges to be paid to me in compensation, damages, or for all false arrests.
All right. So it seems like she doesn't want to participate in today's hearing. So I'm going to set this for a show cause on the date of July 22nd, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. If at that point in time, Ms. Janvier Sherelle Williams would like to participate in the hearing, she can return to court bond set at $0 personal. Have a great day, ma'am.
You as well.
At this point, the first hearing has officially come to a close naturally. Some viewers may be asking why Judge Taylor decided to issue a show cause order instead of taking stronger action. It is a fair question, and one that often causes confusion in court proceedings. Others may also be wondering what actually separates a show cause order from a capias. While both are court tools, they serve very different purposes. Understanding that distinction helps explain the judge's decision. A show cause order is essentially a directive to return to court. It requires the individual to appear and explain why they failed to comply with a previous order. The focus is on giving the person an opportunity to respond and correct the issue. A capias, on the other hand, is far more serious. T authorizes law enforcement to locate the individual and bring them before the court. In practical terms, it functions as a bench warrant. The judge's choice signals an important message, rather than ordering immediate detention. The court is allowing one more chance for voluntary compliance. It reflects a step-by-step approach, not an absence of authority.
So I could bring her in. I didn't really want to argue with her at the front of my docket. I was going to make her wait to the very end. Janvier Williams. Thank you so much. Janvier Williams.
Hello.
Hello. Can you turn your camera on,
Yes.
please?
Yes.
All right.
How you doing?
Now I'm fine. How about yourself? All right. Now calling the matter of the people versus Janvier Sherelle Williams. This is ticket number SP 1534898. Count no insurance misdemeanor. May I have appearances for the record, starting with counsel, please?
I am here as the authorized
Our counsel,
representative of the all cap name. I am here to make a special appearance, limited special appearance.
All right. So
I'm a foreign entity challenging your jurisdiction.
The speaker points out that the argument being made is not a challenge to the law, but to the language itself. The wording used in the filings is clear, established, and not open to personal reinterpretation. Courts rely on consistent definitions to function properly. It is then clarified that the individual named in the charging document holds a specific role. That person is listed directly, not indirectly or through a separate entity. Because of this, the court recognizes them as the authorized representative in the matter. This authorization is not symbolic or optional. It exists solely because the individual's name appears on the official record. The court's position is based on documentation, not argument. The explanation concludes with a reminder: legal processes depend on written records at accepted meanings. Disputes over wording do not override what is formally stated on the charge.
Okay, so I need the actual person, Janvier Williams. So if you're representing her, I need her to be online as well. So if she cannot be online, I can't proceed with this hearing today, and she's going to be capious at this point in time.
Okay, so that all cap name was created by the state of Michigan for public and political purposes. Are you bringing suit to your own corporation? I am a non-resident alien. Listen to me. I'm here for
No, ma'am. I give you very specific things. This is a matter for no insurance for John Vieira Sherelle Williams. If she is not present today, I
I'm
cannot
asking you to
handle this matter.
Okay.
Okay? So is she
Judge,
present
do
today?
you have any interest in the case of filing a W-9 or a 1040 form with the IRS?
No. This is a traffic matter for no insurance misdemeanor. And if you're not John Vieira Williams, you don't have any claims in this case anyway. So I need that person to appear, or else this case will be capious today.
I'm asking you to dismiss the case. Charges.
I don't know.
I am
who
an
you are,
authorized
though.
representative. I just told you I'm an authorized
Do you have
representative.
a P number? Because the only person who can represent someone in court is an attorney. What is your P number, man?
I'm an attorney in fact. Listen.
The speaker makes it clear that the request was straightforward. The judge asked for a valid P number, which is required to practice as an attorney. Without that credential, legal representation is not recognized by the court. IT is then emphasized that, without proper authorization, no special appearance is permitted. This applies to representing others and also applies to attempting to represent oneself in a professional capacity. The court's rules are consistent and non-negotiable. The judge had already issued a clear warning earlier in the proceedings. Participation in the process is voluntary, but it must follow established legal standards. Choosing not to comply does not stop the process from moving forward. The consequences of noncompliance are then plainly stated. Failure to follow the court's instructions triggers enforcement measures. Those consequences begin with the issuance of a bench warrant.
I'm asking you to dismiss this case.
I'm not.
If not, I will put a UCC. I will lean it. I will lean it.
Quiet.
John Vieira Sherelle Williams, are you present, ma'am? John Vieira Williams, are you present twice? John Vieira Sherelle Williams,
to make a special limit appearance
are you
on
present?
the behalf of
Ms. Williams,
John.
if you're not going to answer the question she asked, and don't say anything.
I am here to make a special appearance, limited appearance on the behalf of John Vieira Williams, the agent.
Okay, so John Vieira Williams is not present.
Authorized representative.
All right, so if she's not present today, I cannot move forward because I need her present. All right, so there will be a capious put out on her zero bond until she appears before the court. I need to have John Vieira Sherelle Williams appear before the court so that I can make sure I have the right person who has this ticket of no insurance.
Created by the state of Michigan for public and political purposes. Are you bringing suit to your own corporation?
Thank you. John Vieira Sherelle Williams is capious until she appears before my court to answer to the no insurance misdemeanor ticket. Thank you.
The commentary highlights an important reality many people overlook. Resisting the authority of the court may feel empowering to some, but it is far less disruptive than dealing with law enforcement directly. Once police involvement begins, the situation often escalates quickly and becomes much more difficult to control. The point is made that court jurisdiction, while inconvenient, still allows room for dialogue and resolution. Police enforcement, on the other hand, leaves little space for debate. Once an arrest is initiated, this contrast serves as a cautionary lesson. With that, the video comes to a close. It was a brief but telling example of how small matters can spiral into serious consequences. In this case, unresolved traffic violations and poor personal choices lead to avoidable legal trouble. The outcome is presented as self-inflicted rather than accidental. The situation did not escalate overnight, but through repeated decisions that ignored clear warnings. It stands as a reminder that accountability eventually catches up. If you found this breakdown useful, you're encouraged to support the channel. Leave your thoughts in the comments, share your perspective, and subscribe with notifications enabled. That way, you won't miss future content covering similar real-world legal encounters.